lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, hello folks. This is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, welcoming you back to a kitchen counter thrift haul. Now, I have to tell you in advance, I've had a long day, and you know what? There won't be any special effects, no music, no dancing coffee man, just me and some beautiful glass on the counter here. But hey, you know, every show can't be an MGM production, but I promised you I'd show you my latest thrift haul, and so here it is. Now, this is, let's see, yesterday you saw the pottery and whatnot, and today you're going to see the glass. Alright, so let's take a look at what came from the local thrift shops. All the way in the back is a collection of water goblets or iced tea glasses, and that of course is in the Cape Cod pattern. And remember, Cape Cod was made by the Imperial Glass Company. I believe the pattern came out in 1932, and it was originally a premium given away with Mother's Oats. And this was a very popular pattern, and Imperial continued making it right up until the bitter end in I want to say 82 or 83. So yeah, from the early 30s to the early 80s, there's a lot of it out there. These are the nice water goblets here. And there are 8 of them. Imperial glass, okay, sandwich pattern, then made by the Federal Glass Company in the front. These are fairly common. It is, of course, uranium glass, which means it glows under a black light. And these are little sherbets in an optic pattern. I have 4 of them, and they're in really nice condition. Boy, wouldn't your rice pudding look good in those at Christmas time? Seems like I'm always mentioning rice pudding at Christmas time. Well, that's a tradition in my family. My mother makes homemade rice pudding once a year, only for Christmas dinner. My grandfather's birthday was on Christmas Day, and it was a favorite of his. He's been gone for a long time now, but my mother still makes it only once a year, and that's what makes it special. And you know, the secret is you can't leave the pot. You've got to stand there and stir it and stir it and stir it. And my mother stands at the oven, at the stove top, and she stirs that rice pudding. I think she stands there for about an hour, and it's constantly stirred. So there's a trick to homemade rice pudding, and she does it beautifully. I just thought I'd share. That's why I'm always talking about rice pudding at Christmas time. Then at the wonderful thrift shop in the old church, you saw me find these. I couldn't remember the name of the pattern. Looking them up, it's the Princess pattern. And these are coasters. I think Anchor Hocking made Princess. It's a Depression glass as well as these. And again, this is uranium glass. And so it was, there were no chips, no damp. These things were filthy, but they cleaned up nicely. I've never actually found coasters before. Not something you see every day in Depression glass. Now, while we're still sticking with the green Depression glass, here's a Hazel Atlas bowl that I have bought and sold about 3 times. And this is one of the earliest Depression glass patterns that they made. Dates to the late 20s. And it's called, I think, Diamonds and Arch and Diamond or something like that, I can't remember. And very nicely marked HA right on the bottom. You going to focus for me today? Okay, HA, of course, for Hazel Atlas. Now this is a large berry bowl, and originally this bowl came, this is the master berry, and it came with 6 little berry bowls about the size of that matched it. So we've got 3 examples of green glass from the 30s from 3 different companies. Notice the subtle differences in all the greens. Federal Glass Company, Hocking Glass Company, not Anchor Hocking yet. They didn't merge until 37, I think. And Hazel Atlas. All right. And now this pink piece of glass here is probably Cambridge. The metalwork on there in chrome is almost always Farberware, Farber Brothers Chrome Craft. When you see these little baskets, and I've shown them to you many times. This one has a little dent. I need to bend that back into place. They didn't make the glass, but I think it was Cambridge who supplied the glass. And here's a really pretty pink glass depression bowl. It's etched. And then there's a wonderful handle and a chrome rim, into which this glass has been fitted. So that's a nice piece from the 30s, and you could serve whatever you'd like out of that thing. Now here's another piece of glass in a different sort of shade of green, and it resembles the little pressed glass pieces. I don't know who made this, nor do I know how old it is, and I'm not very good with, I mean, there were hundreds and hundreds of patterns of this pressed glass. Stars and daisies and moons and buttons and everything you can think of. And some companies continued to make this, or they even reissued it, you know, as late as the 1980s. So this could be from 1980 or it could be from 1910. I just don't know. I imagine it's a little toothpick holder. Anybody know? Anybody certain about it? It's pretty and it's little and it doesn't have any damage on it, and I like it a lot. Then over here in amber, a single candlestick. Of course there would have been two, or candlestick holder. I wish I had the second one, but I love it. It reminds me of sandwich glass made in Sandwich, Massachusetts, but it's not. It's made by one of the better glass companies, Cambridge, Fostoria, Duncan Miller, blah, 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 blah. And if David is watching, he's the glass candlestick expert. Maybe, David, you can tell me who made it. It's something that probably dates to the late 20s to the 30s, and we have this wonderful sea creature here on this single amber candlestick in really good condition. And it's a small one. That's going to look nice on your fall table, on my fall table, I think. So I'm not sure who made it. Back there is a beautiful candy jar. That particular form, which almost looks like a drugstore type of a jar, everybody, and I mean everybody, every glass company that made nice, elegant glass in the 20s and 30s had candy jars. I know I'm jiggling my camera around a lot. I'm going to move this forward. They all made candy jars that look just like this. There are slight variations, but there's a foot, a tiny pedestal, the candy jar itself, and this particular lid. There are hundreds of them. Now this one is etched, as you can see. I know that the backsplash makes it difficult. I know it's busy and it's kind of hard to appreciate it, but we'll take the lid off and let you see some of the etching. And if it looks like good glass, it's because it is. And if we turn it upside down, we see the H inside of the diamond, which tells us it was made by the Heisey Glass Company. Let's zoom in on it. There's the H in the diamond. When you see that H in the diamond, buy it. Heisey glass is good glass. It was good glass when it was made. It's good glass now. And not all of it is marked, though. A lot of it does not have the H. Heisey was still in business until, I think, maybe 1957, something like that. But this particular form, this shape, was enormously popular from the mid to late 20s into the early 30s. Maybe, we'll say 1925 to 1935. Thousands of these were made by just about every glass company, and you can just collect these candy jars. I like the ones in crystal, because you fill it with red and white stripedy candy and you're all set for Christmas. Put jelly beans in it, and you're all set for I told you it was a long day. And you're all set for Halloween. I got that wrong too. Hold on. Put jelly beans in it and you're all set for Easter. I apologize. Anyway, this stuff is going to be for sale eventually. None of it is listed yet. Don't worry, I'll tell you. I don't know why I'm so attracted to these Corelle mugs, which are like a, oh, I don't know, 1975 to 85, something like that. They're dishwasher safe. I just love these. There's just something about it. I think someone must have had a set of these when I was a kid. We didn't have these at my house where I grew up, but there's something that I recall, some memory I have of drinking hot chocolate or hot cider or something out of these, and I really like them for Christmas time. I won't talk too much about the motto back there. We saw that before. In the Georgian pattern, and several glass companies made glassware in the Georgian pattern, which is sort of a honeycomb effect. Here is a lovely amber pitcher. It's a small one. I haven't looked this up either. It will be somewhat difficult. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's going to take a hot minute to look that up because more than one company made the Georgian pattern when they made it for several years. But this will date to the Depression era. And I really like the size of that. And of course you can get really small Georgian tumblers to go with this that look really nice. And I'm having all kinds of camera issues here, but let's jump down here. This is the Anchor Hocking Forest Green Punch Bowl, which is difficult to see. But down inside are my antique Christmas lights plugged in. Put your Christmas lights inside of a bowl and you don't have to worry about them burning through your wooden floor. A couple of you wanted to see, I'll turn off the lights here and let you see what the Christmas lights look like. I had a lot of questions about what does the pink bulb look like. It doesn't really look that pink. Let's see here, get some of the lights off anyway. Where is the pink one? Oh, there it is. The pink bulb, these do get hot. Well, they probably all look alike in this movie, so I won't try to show you, but there are the antique light bulbs. I'll unplug them. Now you can't see anything. Sorry about that. Turn this back on. And there they are down inside of the Forest Green Anchor Hocking Punch Bowl, which you can do a lot more than just serve punch in it. Of course, this one doesn't have its base, and I don't have any punch cups, but you can certainly do a lot with that at Christmas time or any time of the year if you like. That'd be good for popcorn, watching the movies. Alright, now the lights are all off, you can't see anything, but I hope you enjoyed this little fancy glass review. None of it is for sale at the moment in the old curiosity shop, but don't worry, I'll let you know when it is. And if you visit my shop right now, I think there might only be like 13 things in there. I'm going to be busy on Friday and Saturday doing lots and lots of listings, so I hope you'll come back and check out the shop. And if you don't check out the shop, that's fine. I just love the fact that you enjoy watching these videos, and sometimes this old glassware jogs our memories and reminds us of people and places we maybe can no longer visit and people we no longer have around the house, but it does bring back warm memories for a lot of folks, and I love that. So I'm Scott. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, and so long for now.